Hey everybody, welcome back to 12 Days of Summer with Daisy and Christy. We are on to day 5, which is all about seashells. And I'm going to use a mix today of this Echo Park Summer line and the remaining pieces of my Summer Lights collection from Pink Paisley. You're going to see me start off here. And there's the seashells that I'm planning on using today because that is what the theme is. And I'm going to cut this cut apart. And you're going to see me start to try to use one piece and then it's going to flip and you're going to see me use another because I attempted to use this beautiful kind of rainbow colored sunshine is a state of mind thing. Not reading the title, first of all, because hello, I just created a layout called Summer State of Mind yesterday. So that was part of the problem. The second part is when I went to create my hexagon, I royally screwed it up. And so it just was no good. So I'm going to start over with the Summer Dreams one. I went online, Googled a hexagon so I could get it correct into the right size. And I'm just going to use the tracing that I did and just cut it out and make it fit. This worked so much better. It looks like it's supposed to. The first hexagon I created, I didn't even share it with you because it was horrible. It looks so bad. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to have this big hexagon that has the title on it and it states it says summer looks like this or need something along the lines of this is how summer looks. And then I'm going to pull in some of the colors. Summer dreams are made of this. There we go. That's what the title is. And I'm going to use that as my title on my layout. And that's weird for me because you all know I don't normally do that. I'll just use it as a subtitle and come up with something else. But I left it. I'm letting it be my title. It was very hard, but I'm just going to let it go. So here you see, it took me a minute to get it exactly the way I needed it to be. I wanted it to be even, and that's going to go right in the middle of my layout there. And then I'm going to create some smaller hexagons with my Summer Lights collection and this piece as well that I believe is, I'm not exactly sure where it came from, but it's beautiful. It's got this corally color on the back with some starfish and little circles, and then the back side of it, or the A side, however you want it to be, has actual coral, that navy coral. It's beautiful. So that's what I'm going to use here. I'm going to line everything up to what I think it should look like, and I'm really digging the way it all comes together. But then I decided that it needed some stitching to go along with it. So I start by just adding in two colors. One is like a gray, soft kind of gray, almost has a hint of green to it. And the other one is purple. And I'm just going to add them down at the bottom. There's going to be 3 at the bottom and 2 at the top there. And I love the way it turns out. It looks really neat. It did take me a moment, of course, to do the stitching, but it's basic stitching, so it's not a big deal. I just take the hexagon shape that I had cut out and use my pencil to trace the lines, poke my holes, erase the pencil lines before I start stitching, because that's a big deal so you don't see it. And then I just went to town and did my stitching. I really love the way that this turns out. It was kind of what I was looking for. I've never created a full hexagon layout like this before. I've always wanted to. I love this design. I think it's really neat and definitely different than my everyday take on how I scrapbook. So I've kind of been waiting to do this, and it was fun to finally get something like this done. And I just kind of throw a kink into all of my plans here. I was going to add a really fun photo of Jackson at the beach because that would make sense with seashells, right? But because I had added so much purple to it, it's a little more on the girly side. I know we talk about it doesn't really matter, but it is a little bit more on the girly side. And so I ended up deciding that instead of using just the photo of Jackson, I am going to use 3 photos of my kids in the bath, and they shared a bath. This is not something they normally do. They normally actually have separate baths because Jackson basically takes showers only now. But this one day, I think Nora was having a bath and Jackson's like, oh, I would like to play too. And so he got in and then he was splashing at her and just laughing, and she just thought he was the funniest thing ever. And I just snapped these really cute photos. So you're going to see those in a minute. And I'm going to tie in my seashells here. I start with this beautiful seahorse. I love that thing. It's just so fun. And I used all the silver that I had left over. And I felt like with what I had added in, just adding silver and no other colors granted, I didn't have any other ones. I've used them all up on other projects, but even if I had, I still think I would have just pulled the silver. I liked the way that they kind of all go together. They're there, but it's really subtle, like it, which is silly because I guess I should have made the seashells more of a highlight considering that's what the day is about, but I kind of went with how cool the hexagons were instead. You know, not everything's the same. I also take this fun chipboard summer and cover it up so that there's just a little more dimension. A few things are popped up with some fun foam, so like the middle one, and then my photos will be popped up as well. And then at the very end, there's that photo I was originally going to use. I switch it to these ones. But at the very end, I decided, because I had made this kind of girly, that the best option would be to add in a little bit more of the teal color. So there is some in the middle, striped paper, and there's also some in one of the hexagons that I used. So I thought it would be fun to play off of that and just add a little bit more. So when I do my journaling, even though this is gonna go probably in our family album because it's just so cute of them, I just thought it'd be nice that Jackson had an additional boyish color to add. So I am going to add a little bit more stitching. This became kind of a heavy stitch layout. And then, you know what? I kind of was like, I don't know what else to add. So I don't add anything. I leave the seashells where they are and I put down my photos. And I don't add any more. So chances are I probably will go back and add a little bit more later after I look at it a little bit longer. But at the moment, it's basically just the photos and the hexagons and the few little seashells that I added. So pretty basic layout. I love it though. I really love the design and the way it turned out. And it was fun. It's not perfect. Not everything lines up. I don't have to have things be perfect like that. It doesn't bother me. But I really love it. So please make sure to head on over and check out Daisy's layout today. It's beautiful. I love her layout today. It's so cute. So don't forget to check that out. She is in the middle of her shifts right now. She works during the week and she does her night shifts. So they are posted a little bit later. So keep that in mind. If you are wondering where they are, she posts them once she wakes up. And just you're gonna love her layout though. It's awesome. So thanks so much, and thank you for all the love and support from everyone. It's been great. I think we've both gotten some new subscribers, so welcome. And I believe that I have reached my 2,000 mark, so thanks so much for that as well. And there's a look at my final layout. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye.